has extended the anti-drug probe in a bid to crack down on the drug syndicate. Just hours after Shah Rukh Khan met his son Aryan at Arthur Road Jail for nearly 18 minutes today, the NCP questioned Ananya Pandey for over 2 hours in connection to her chats with Aryan Khan. Now, she's been summoned again tomorrow. Earlier, the NCP had also conducted raids at her residence and seized her phone, laptop and other electronic devices. Remember, Aryan Khan will remain in judicial custody until October 30th, as his bail plea will be heard by the High Court on October 26th. So let's listen into this fierce fight that has now erupted in this entire case over the drug crackdown. Now, NCP has questioned Sameer Wankhede over his Maldives visit. In fact, Nawab Malik has also threatened him, saying that he will lose his job in a year. Wankhede has hit right back at the NCP leader, saying these charges are unsubstantiated.
एक वानखेडे नावाचा एक पोपट आहे यांचा बोगस केसेस टाकता याच्या घरी त्याच्या घरी त्याच्या घरी रोज टेलिव्हिजनवर या नटींकडे या नटाकडे हे छापे याचा मुलगा पकडला त्याच्या जवळ पकडला अरे माझ्या जवळ पकडलं ना 8.5 महिने तुरुंगात राहिला पण कोर्टाने सांगितलं हे गुन्हाच यांच्यावर लागू होत नाही मग फर्जीवाडा करून कुठेतरी या सरकारला बदनाम करायचं काय महाराष्ट्रामध्ये बॉलिवूडमध्ये हे सगळं ड्रग्सच्या अंमली पदार्थांचा धंदा सुरू आहे हे पटकट कारस्थान भाजपवाल्यांचं आणि हे बोगस केसेस आहे फर्जी केसेस आहे आम्ही सिद्ध केल्याशिवाय थांबणार नाही आणि हे अधिकारी आणि भाजपचे नेते कुठेतरी लोकांवर दबाव निर्माण करून दहशत निर्माण करून हजारो कोटी वसुली करण्याचा धंदा या संस्थेच्या माध्यमातून या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये सुरू आहे आणि त्यांना एक्सपोज केल्याशिवाय नवाब मलिक थांबणार नाही न्याय आराम देतो त्या वानखेडेला ते वर्षभराच्या आत तुझी नोकरी जाईल.
Mr. Wankhede, thank you so much for speaking to Times Now. Just want to know that that Nawab Malik has again made allegations on you that you have links with people in Dubai. You are in Dubai and you are intentionally targeting people from Bollywood. What do you have to say on that?
First thing I would say that the Honorable Minister is completely making a wrong and a false statement.
Okay.
Regarding Dubai, since my service I have never visited that place. So he is lying blatantly, number one, the Honorable Minister.
Okay.
And after that, number two is that I'm just doing my duty. I'm performing my duty and cleaning the country. The agenda is to make Maharashtra and Goa Nasha Mukt.
Okay.
And
So,
I'm doing that.
okay, sir, are you going to take legal action again, Mr. Nawab Malik?
See, we have seen that the Honorable Minister is targeting my sister, my family, my dead mother. So in that way, we will definitely take whatever is the legal action, we will, appropriate court, we will approve that.
Okay, okay. And sir, one very last question, sir. If the way you are being attacked by the people in Aghadi government, is it demotivating for you and your team? And the way your cases are being questioned?
Nothing is demotivating me. Nothing is demotivating me. It is making me more stronger, goal-oriented. My only job is to serve people and clean the drug eradication being in NCP. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, let's go across to our guests who are joining us for more on the story. At the moment, we have with us Asif Bhamla, leader of the BJP. Shahzad Poonawala, Times Now contributor, is with us. We also have Kishore Tiwari, leader of the Shiv Sena. Ravi Srivastav is a political analyst joining us. Now, let me take this question first across to Asif Bhamla. Asif Bhamla, a direct charge being made by Nawab Malik. He has come out to call the officer as a parrot of the BJP, a charge that the officer himself has very stoutly denied.
I mean, I don't see how an officer who is delivering and who is doing his duty in such a organized manner can be called things like this. But I sometimes don't understand. You see, पकड़े जाए तो कहते कि भाई पकड़े गए, न पकड़ो तो कहते कि भाई रसूखदार लोग हैं, उन्हें पकड़ा जा रहा है. आज in regards to the, I think this debate is regarding the Ananya Pandey case. So I am sure that the NCB, because as per the NDPS Act, if you see, of 1985 that's been passed, irrespective of everything, the suspect is guilty unless proven innocent. So what I'm trying to say is that there is a watertight case, and and there are 20, to my knowledge, there are 20 people arrested in this case. 5 are dealers, and both have named Anchit Kumar. There are chats on the basis of bitcoins and international. So certainly, according to Section 29, has to be invoked, and there are inquiries. So Ananya Pandey is been called for inquiry on the basis.
Let me quickly get in a word with Ravi Srivastava. Ansh Luthra is joining us on the broadcast as well. Ravi Srivastava, the charge that is being made. One second, Asif Bhamla, we have limited time and we have a lot of guests. I have to go across to everyone. Let me first go across to Ravi Srivastava. Ravi Srivastava, the direct charge being made by Asif Bhamla is this. He says that it's a watertight case. There is enough evidence, and therefore these charges that are being made is only because a person close to them has been, or for whatever reason, is being caught at this point of time. The NCP is just doing its job. That's the charge coming from Asif Bhamla. Please respond to that. Ravi Srivastava.
Madhav, whether the case is tight or loose, that the court will decide. But I have a question here. The 6-gram charas under the shoe of Arbaz Khan has made entire case here, but we are not talking about 3,000 kg of the drug which was caught on Adani port. What is happening there?
Oh, this is an old thing now.
That, sir? Anybody talking about that? Any headway in that? How many people have been arrested? Who are the culprits? It is more than 1.5 months that drug was caught. No action, no debate, no media coverage, nothing. And we are after Aryan Khan.
Nobody is hiding any coverage, sir. It was reported on this channel and we will continue to report. Is there any developments in this case? One second, Ravi Srivastava. You have asked 2 pertinent questions. I will put those questions to Shehzad Poonawalla. Listen to me asking him those 2 questions. Point number 1, Shehzad Poonawalla, is that the drugs were not found on Aryan's person, they were found on the person of Arbaz merchant. So the question then is that, is this young man being forced to pay a disproportionate amount of time behind bars? Is that justified? And question number 2 of Ravi Srivastava is that, what about the Mundra port case where thousands of kilograms of drugs were found over there? What has happened to that particular case and that investigation if we are so serious on cracking down on drugs? Shehzad.
Madhav, I'm glad this debate is being anchored by you, somebody who studies and follows the courts very deeply. Yesterday you analyzed the 21-page report in that the Honorable Judge of the Sessions Court has explained that it's not necessary to have drugs in your possession. In fact, even in the Shovik Chakravarti case or in this particular case, the fact is that he had conscious possession and there was enough material to establish not just the WhatsApp chats but other things, that he is not acting in isolation but it is a part of a conspiracy. Now, for whatever we believe, the magistrate and the Sessions Court judge both have come to a conclusion. So please, sir, Madhav, I request you.
All right, go ahead. One second. Ravi Srivastava, please. Ravi, we have limited time. Let him make his point. Yes, quickly.
Please. Yeah, please. So the judge has come to a conclusion, not this judge, the magistrate also, that this particular person should not be set free on bail. Now investigations are proceeding. Madhav, Asif is right. NDPS is a special law where the presumption of innocence is actually presumption of guilt. Of course, it's rebuttable, but the defense attorneys haven't been able to rebut it sufficiently. Now, finally, about the Mundra case, Madhav, Times Now and you particularly have followed that case. You followed the post-investigations, but that can't be an argument in the Sessions Court in Bombay or in the High Court, right? That somebody somewhere has done something, therefore isko chhod do. So this narrative case ke upar drugs nahi mila, bahut kam drugs tha, he's being targeted because he's Shah Rukh Khan's son, I don't think that should be held against the courts of the law. At least, even if you hate BJP, you hate Asif Bhamla, you hate NCP, you can't make that accusation against the court of law.
Okay, let me bring in Ansh Luthra on this. He's a lawyer, and then I go across to Kishore Tiwari. Ansh Luthra, point being made here by Shehzad Poonawalla is this, that ultimately in that order where the bail plea of Aryan Khan was rejected, whether you agree or disagree, the point is that there are legal precedents that have been recorded. The court has in fact cited the case of Riya Chakravarti's brother as well from last year, where the precedent of having drugs in possession or not has been very clearly settled over there. That's Shehzad Poonawalla's argument. Please respond to him on that.
I agree with Mr. Poonawalla. This is, let's not make it political. I'm completely apolitical and I would like to stick to just what the judge has reasoned in rejecting the bail. So he has said that there is constructive conscious possession. There is a larger nexus which is established through those WhatsApp chats. There is possible of influence. He's an influential person and there's possibility of witness tampering. But all of this will ultimately come down when the evidence is put before the court. We are only at the stage of bail. When the final is out, know what is actually evidentiary value. No one is innocent and no one is guilty at this stage. The NDPS indeed is a special act and there is a presumption of culpable mental state under section 35 of the act. However, the evidence is the only way to separate the wheat from the chaff. The NCB there should not be any political agenda, and the agency must be allowed to do its job. Whether it takes 20 days or 30 days, I must tell you 20 or 30 days to complete an investigation is an extremely expedited process. It doesn't happen in 30 days. There are so many new links which come out with each and every new testimony. Like today we have seen that certain other people have been summoned. I don't want to politicize this, and hence the NCB must be allowed to do its job.
Okay. Let me quickly bring in Shehzad on that point. At the end of the day, Shehzad Poonawalla, the question is this, that is this case being politicized beyond a point? Is it unnecessarily the fight that we are seeing taking place, whether it's the center state, whether it's NCP versus NCB, whether it is BJP versus the Aghadi, whatever you choose to call it, at the end of the day, there are so many political ramifications of a case like this and reactions coming in, particularly, of course, the open name calling that is happening by a minister in the cabinet, no less, Mr. Nawab Malik.
Absolutely, Madhav, it's absolutely shocking. I have never seen a case where a matter is going on in courts and a sitting minister of a government comes out and makes such scandalous and scurrilous allegations, particularly one who has a personal conflict of interest. Remember, Mr. Nawab Malik's own son-in-law was actually caught by this agency and he was denied bail for a very long period of time. So he has a conflict of interest there. So I'm very shocked that government of Uddhav Thackeray is actually allowing Mr. Nawab Malik to go around this, and we have a panelist, in fact, Mr. Kishore Tiwari, who has in fact gone and moved the courts. So I don't know if Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is actually aware that Mr. Nawab Malik and Mr. Kishore Tiwari are
important point. Kishore Tiwari, respond to that. Kishore Tiwari, this is because of the personal interest or the conflict of interest as far as Nawab Malik is concerned. Shehzad Poonawalla, that is why Mr. Nawab Malik is giving such loaded statements and adjectives without, as Mr. Wankhede says, any evidence to back up these claims.
No, once you have allowed me to speak, Madhav, I will clarify. I have written in a manner of petition to Supreme Court, CJI India, that having seen the experience of last 18 months and the experience of the son-in-law of the Nawab Malik son-in-law case, the integrity and credibility of this Samir Wankhede is being questioned by me. Not only I have questioned the integrity and credibility of this NCP, which has been converted into.
So you're saying he's an interested party, right? The question and the charge of Shehzad Poonawalla still stands, that he is an interested party. Is that why he's making this claim? That's what the BJP is saying at the moment, and you certainly seem to have agreed with that concept as well. But Mr. Tiwari, but for the moment we're completely out of time. I'd like to thank all our guests, Shehzad Poonawalla, Ravi Srivastav, Kishore Tiwari, Asif Bhamla, as well as Ansh Luthra. Slipping into a quick break for now.